Amen. Most of you know this song, and I would invite you to sing it with me. I was there to hear your morning cry. I'll be there when you are old. I was there the day you were baptized to watch your life unfold. Jesus was there. Jesus was there when you were pushed down, when you were slapped, when you experienced something that you didn't like. Jesus was there. He wasn't calling you to anger, he was calling you to forgiveness. He wasn't calling you to punch them back, though you may want to. He was calling you to your blessings, to your life, that he's been a part of since the beginning. A confirmation of your faith. Confirmation is an interesting time, and we will be having 4 people confirmed tomorrow, actually. And some of you remember that time of confirmation. I hope you remember it with joy and celebration rather than fear and trepidation. I hope that you remember a pastor who was compassionate and caring, loving, sharing, rather than one that was strict and overbearing. It's easy to confirm your faith when you see someone that loves you. It's much harder when you see the opposite. The story is a story. I like saying that it's just a story, but it's based in truth. So, a pastor was talking with a farmer, and he said to the farmer, he said, "Hey, if you had 100 cows, would you give 10 of them to Jesus?" And he said, "You know I would, Pastor. You know I would." He said, "If you had 100 chickens, would you give 10 of them to Jesus?" And that farmer said, "You know it, Pastor. You know it." He said, "If you had 25 pigs, would you give one of them to Jesus?" And he said, "Now hang on. You know I have 25 pigs." God knows what you have. And he also knows what you don't have. That should not be a sense of anything except celebration. God knows what you have. And God knows what you don't have. And it should be not something you're embarrassed or struggle with, but rather say, wait a second, I have gifts to bring. I have things to share. I have hopes to give to others. Jesus looks up at his disciples and said, "You're blessed." And people will put this, well, they're poor, they're blessed, they're poor, they're blessed in this. But he said, account of his name if you're poor. On account of his name if you are troubled. On account of his name, yes, you're blessed. I've been in very poor houses, folks. I visited people who had nothing, and they seemingly were the happiest people in the world. No, they were not challenged. They were actually a celebration of life. The promises of God were clearly seen within them. How are you blessed? And how does that blessing confirm your faith to others? My confirmation class began with a young man who was a little bit older than me, 5-6 years old. He was 23 years old, and yes, he wore sandals, and yes, he just kind of, the older folks said, he wears sandals, that kind of thing, And he was teaching our class, and our class was interesting. And he said to these 10, 12, 15 young people, he said, if Jesus called you to go somewhere, to another land, would you go? And the girl sitting next to me, she said, I don't believe any of this stuff. I'm only here because my parents made me come. And I wanted to whisper back, they're not making you come, they love you. And they want you to have a gift that is marvelous and wonderful, that will help you in all situations. But she stood there with clenched fists, I don't believe any of this. So he asked again, he said, if any of you were called by God to go to another state, would you go? And, I stood up and I thought the whole class was going to stand with me, and I walked across the room, and I was the only one standing. And it's kind of what's going on, God called me. It wasn't, your dad or your mom, but it was God. And that was part of my heart. Like, why isn't anyone else moving? He said one more time, he said, hey, put away your fears. You won't be judged one way or the other. If God called you, would you walk across the room? No one moved. Brothers and sisters in Christ, in your confirmation time, were you asked a similar question? If God called you to serve, would you answer the call? If God called you to go outside this door and offer up his name to somebody, would you go? Or would you say, that's for someone else? When you leave this place and the people you encounter, they will know if you are faithful by the way you act, by what you say. Confirm your faith. Jesus talks about loving those who slap you. I was very surprised he slapped me. Anyway, very funny to me. There's a sermon for you. Anyway, so, going wrong. So, all of us have experienced hard times, right? Been insulted. People trying to diminish who you are and what you are. That's seemingly what the world wants to do. But every time I've lifted, or most of the times I lifted some of you up, not all of you. You say that to everybody. I said, no, I don't. Like Irish, you're marvelous. She never says I say that to everybody else, so, Or I say, Cindy, you're terrific. She just nods, it's all good. Tressa, you're marvelous. Dennis, thank you so much for your service. You're amazing. Al, you have a great voice. Thank you so much for having that blessing. Marie, thank you for giving me a smile every time I see you. You're marvelous. I could say this to all of you. And I pray that you'll not insult yourself and say, no, you say this to everybody, but say, thank God someone has noticed. Thank God someone cares. And I ask that you hand this to other people. Because the world will always tear you down. And Jesus will always raise you up. Confirm your faith. On my final day of confirmation, the final class, I had to go meet the pastor. This is how we did it in my little church. I had to meet the pastor. And I had filled out a report on the book of Revelation. How many have read the book of Revelation? Anyway, I answered the questions that were asked of me. He gave me this big book. I had to do it on every book of the Bible, by the way. Anyway, so I did it. But the final capstone was to go into that pastor and talk to him about what I wrote. So I was intimidated. Of course, he's the pastor. I'm 13, 14, something. So I'm going, oh my goodness, what's he going to say? And I couldn't answer a question. I didn't know the answer. So I asked my parents, and they said, we have no idea. They said, well, I looked, and of course I didn't have online at that time. So anyway, I went into the room, and he's a good guy, all of that. He asked me to sit. And I was the first in my class to do this, so he said, have a seat. And he said, John, I can see that you didn't answer this question. Brought it right up. There was no elephant in the room. He said, you didn't answer this question. And I said, no, I have no idea what the answer is. He goes, oh, let's look at it together. You've had these people do this, right? Come on, let's look at this. I'll tell you the answer. So he reads it boldly. And I can see him today going, and then he read it not so boldly. And then he scratched his head and read it again silently. He goes, man, I don't know the answer either. That cut the tension, man. Let me tell you, it cut the tension. You see, you can have all the answers and miss the boat. Let me say it again. You can have all the answers and miss the boat, and more specifically, and miss the gospel. For the answers that you should have is love, hope, compassion, joy, love. These answers everyone knows. These answers everyone will respond to, even if they're acting badly. Today, brothers and sisters, I ask you to reflect on your faith journey, where you have come, and where you hope you are going. No matter how you're treated, I pray that you'll respond with the right answer. Love. And truly, that will confirm your faith. And all God's children said, Amen.